So, good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Acharya Vishvendra. I was just discussing about the complex mind-brain algorithms, in which I gave an example of a question that position of a particle is given, and you have to find the time corresponding to the position of rest of that particular particle. The answer was 3 by 2 by differentiating the position and equating it to 0. So right now we are concerned with one thing, that there are mind-brain algorithms inside us, which are let me take the example mind-brain algorithm, which are fundamentally related to the mind, the brain, and the interconnection between mind and brain, which are called the brain waves. These brain waves can be classified into 5 things: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta, out of which delta corresponds to the lowest frequency brain waves and gamma corresponds to the highest frequency brain waves. And gamma brain waves makes you highly focused, which is called the laser focused concentration. It seems like you have forgotten everything and just focused on the present. Whereas delta corresponds to when you sleep, and even in deep sleep, or you can say that a deep state of meditation. So these are the extremes of the brain waves. And even every emotion that you have, everything concerned with the mind, every problem and every solution is concerned with the frequencies of these brain waves. And life is just a purpose to increase those frequencies. And there is something inside you which always choose to enjoy pleasures in life and always try to avoid painful things. And a normal person spends his entire life in searching for positive vibes, searching for pleasure, searching for happiness, searching for emotional support, and always try to avoid any conflict, any negative system, anything that disturbs him emotionally. But the thing is, you want it or you don't want it. Life has its own way. There are only a few things which can work according to you. There are some bigger plans. Nature is playing some other game. So when situations come, you have to adapt to the situations. And if you won't be able to adapt, you will vanish. Nature will finish you out. Because in this universe, there is one thing which dominates. It is survival of the fittest, as said by Sir Mendel. So theory of dominance still plays in human beings also. You have to prove that you are the best. You have to adapt to the situations in any circumstances, by anyhow, by hook or by crook, by any mechanism. You have to win. So if you have that much strength and courage, only then you can survive. Otherwise, people will use you out and use you as a guinea pig. So that simply explains the purpose of this complex mind-brain algorithm. Now let's see a practical application of this. Let's take example of toughest exam in India, JEE. So the successful candidate ratio is about 1.7% as per stats of 2023. Now the question is that what these 1.7% people have actually achieved after clearing JEE. Have they developed any new operating system, or have done something which is of a substantial impact on the society? There is only one thing for which these people are famous, that is they must have, out of all these people, only a few, which are I think less than 10, have managed to get 1 CR plus package, and that too in some Western countries, generally in US. That is the achievement behind all this purpose. Now, I myself appeared for JEE main exam in 2007. At that time, it was with the name of IEEE. Nowadays, it is called the JEE main, for admissions to NITs and government engineering colleges. And I got state rank 219 in Uttarakhand, and I got the second best engineering state college, College of Technology, Pantnagar, through this exam. But I think there is a certain mind-brain algorithm which I was unable to develop in the limited time that I had. I worked hard a lot. I read a lot. I used to study daily, I think 13 to 14 hours. But in spite of that, I didn't score that much better, which I have expected. There were some friends of me who used to study less than me, who used to, devote some work for their hobbies as well, and they did far better than me. Many of them got selected into IT Roorkee. Somebody in IT Bombay, Apur Agwal, I did know, he got CS in IT Bombay. So there were certain friends who did exceptionally well, and even they used to study less than me. I knew that. So and there were certain friends also who used to study more than me, but were unable to even clear JEE. So I analyzed everybody. I analyzed myself, the students, my friends who scored better than me, and even those who performed less than me. So after analyzing everything, after discussing with things, after observing the study pattern, everything, I came to realize that when you study, there is a certain mind-brain algorithm which is developing inside you, and your success in that exam is due to development of the complex mind-brain algorithms. Just to elaborate it further, just let's start with a question. Suppose I ask you that how many solutions are there corresponding to the equation 2 raised to power x is equal to x. Just rack your brain for this. Well, the answer is infinite solutions for x less than 0. Now let me to explain this. So this is not a standard question. So any standard method will not work. You have to analyze using graphs. So we know that the graph corresponding to here it is sine of x. Here it is sine of x. So the graph of 2 raised to power x is like this, and that of sine x is like this. So you see there are an infinite point of intersection for x less than 0, which are the solutions to this equation. However, if we had 2 raised to power x is equal to x using the same method, we can say that there are no solutions because these graphs will never intersect. As you can see that exponential increase is at a very larger rate. So you take any point, the difference between y is equal to x and y is equal to 2 raised to power x will increase with increase in x. So they never gonna meet, or we can say that they'll meet at infinity. So there is a virtual solution when x tends to infinity. Otherwise there is no solution of this equation. So now you must have realized that how sharply focused you should be to solve a question asked in JEE. Generally what happens is a normal student has trapped in thoughts, and these thoughts interfere in his capability to focus on very specific information. Just feel what happened to you when I ask you this question. Something must have changed within you. You must have felt a certain uncomfortable feeling from your mind. There is something inside you which must have tried to shift your focus and run away from solving the problem. And most of the students must have felt this reflection from the mind, and they must have left this question. Only a few would have been able to at least listen to the solution because they have complex mind-brain algorithms. They have developed complex mind-brain algorithms. So if you just feel like running away and were unable to bear the brunt of pressure of this question, then you have weak mind-brain algorithms. Whereas if you continue, you have a complex mind-brain algorithm.